joined by Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Hi. Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Are you surprised with Anish going into a draw suddenly in that game?
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised by 1e4, and I've been playing some very dubious stuff this tournament, so I figured I'd play something solid. But after he allowed queen a5, I was like, man, he just doesn't seem very ambitious. And, I thought he was going to do a Magnus and try to make 70 moves. I thought that if one side would push, it probably might be white because of my pawn structure. But when he started repeating moves, I'm like, hey, could do worse than ending the day with a quick draw against Anish with black. So super happy about the way the last two games have gone.
Very nice. And on 14 points now, currently in 9th place. How do you see your chances with 3 games to go to qualify for the knockout stage?
Well, a lot better than after round 2. I mean, my goal this tournament, given how out of practice I am, was I'm not really thinking about qualifying. I'm thinking about playing high-quality games every round. But after Niels blundered a rook in one move in the last round, I was completely dead lost. Then I came back, and then Niels blundered a fork in one move. So all of a sudden, I'm in contention again. I've got some very weak player tomorrow morning, initials MC. That should be pretty easy. But I'll do my best tomorrow. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, and I'm, just kind of enjoying the ride. This is such a great opportunity for me, and I'm honestly having a blast.
I'm so happy to hear that. And mentioning Magnus, I mean, he has struggled in several games in this tournament. Lost today against Gukesh, yesterday against Naroditsky. Will you look at those games and take some inspiration in how to beat Magnus Carlsen?
I'll definitely look through the games from this tournament. Initially, I was trying to be very regimented. The first day I wake up at this time and do this amount of prep. Starting from day 2, I've done little to no prep. I mean, I basically just decide what I play. But all these guys play literally everything under the sun, especially in a tournament like this. So I won't do too much opening prep. I'll just look through the games. And, the most important thing, I think, is to get enough sleep and just come to the board. Well, come to the virtual board, full of energy and ready to calculate. Because one little mistake against these guys, and you're dead. This is the lesson that I keep learning.
Absolutely. And Daniel, I want to bring something to your attention. So we have some very cool aim chess stats that we use during this tournament. And these are the stats for you. And especially, it's very interesting to see the average centi-pawn loss, which obviously is a stat that is very much in the wind with cheating being such a big topic in chess. And your number is extremely high in your 100 most recent rapid games.
Wow.
Are you surprised to see that?
I'm shocked. Given my style, I make a ton of mistakes. I'll take 86. I mean, I don't know where others score, so I'd like to see.
Well, you see Anish down on 18, which is the lowest in the tournament.
Wait, Anish's average centi-pawn loss in the last 100 games is 18.
Yep.
Oh wait, that's the higher it is, the worse it is.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So the higher it is, the less you play like a computer.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I'm an 86. Holy smokes. How am I not losing all of my games?
But is it a little bit like a relief right now, because everyone is obviously looking at this, and you are definitely not playing like a computer?
I think I'm the only guy nobody's ever suspicious of because of the amount of stupid stuff that I do on like a daily basis, on and off the board. But I mean, I think I've always been pretty sloppy, but I compensate with, I think my style of play, like yesterday against Gukesh, I'm just trying to get a wild position every round. And I feel like in these crazy positions, I can at times outcalculate, even the best players. When I get like a dry positional game, I know I'm screwed. I know I'm going to do something dumb. So just trying to steer the game in the right direction.
It's very entertaining for us to follow. And I also want to ask you, because obviously there's a US championship going on right now. We are very excited that you are playing in this tournament, but why did you decide not to participate in that?
Wasn't invited. I used to,
really?
There was a time when I used to qualify by rating, but unfortunately that time has passed because I dropped a little bit, but mostly, tons of people have changed federations. So last year I qualified via wildcard. And I was shocked to get the invite because I don't play too much over the board. This year, I think the invite went to a wonder, and the wild card went to a wonder, and I think that's a totally justified decision. He's always impressed me. So I was a little bit bummed not to play, but when I got the invite to Aim Chess, I was just running around. I was just running around so excited, laughing like a schoolboy. Because honestly, playing a tournament like this where it's unrated and I get to play Magnus honestly rivals the U.S. Championship in terms of the fun, and maybe it's a little bit less stressful.
Awesome.
So all's well that ends well.
Yeah, we love that. And finally, I really want to ask you, Daniel, because we have Lawrence Trent in the studio, and he said the other day that you have an imitation of David Howell. Is that correct?
No, I've never done David. David's accent is too clean. I mean, I can't really do pretty good British. The British accent is my worst accent, I think, of all of the European accents. Like, I can do Russian pretty good. I mean, I can do the German accent pretty decently. I can even try to do the Dutch accent, but somehow the British accent has always eluded me.
Do you have a Magnus Carlsen imitation, though, that you play tomorrow in the first game?
No, Magnus, David. I think my best ones are Kasparov, Wesley, Vishy, and Hikaru, if I had to name 4.
I remember
if I had to name 4, chess players, that I could do consistently, it would probably be Gary. Magnus is tough. The Norwegian accent is, I think, one of the hardest to imitate.
Well, I would love to hear your Vishy Anand, because he must be excited right now. Gukesh has beaten Magnus, Argaisi has beaten Magnus. How would Vishy Anand react?
Well, I thought that. Well, Magnus is, of course, struggling a little bit, and I thought in his game against Gukesh, after H4, it was position became unclear, and after that, I was quite shocked that Magnus, blundered. But they're playing very well. Sorry, it's hard to do it on the spot. But
I know, that was super good.
Right after playing Anish, so I'm still in game mode.
That was very, very impressive, Daniel. And,
love Vishy, by the way. I just wanted to clarify that, when I do impressions of people, I never intend to mock. They're, all my heroes, including Vishy. So nobody's accused me of that, but I always just clarify that this is not trying to make fun of them. I think it's just fun to do.
Yeah.
Hidden talent I never knew I had.
And super entertaining, just like the way you're playing in the tournament. Daniel, thank you for joining us, and best of luck in the fight to qualify tomorrow.
Thank you. It's an honor to be playing, and thank you for having me.
Good luck.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, good luck tomorrow.